A very good afternoon, folks. Welcome back to another session of Hot Issue What's for Lunch with me, Mio Adlan. And you know what, guys? You check the calendar today. If I'm not mistaken, hari ini adalah 25 hari bulan April, which means that we are left with about a week-ish until Idul Fitri hits us. Yay! You could be listening to all of the Raya songs already if you go to the mall, and then you can smell the ketupat, the rendang, all being cooked, all being prepared. You see all the pelita all lit up already. Raya, it's upon us. So make sure if you guys wanna, pass me your duit Raya, you can PM me on the side. Okay. Joking aside, welcome again. Thank you so much for you guys on watching us, supporting us as always on the Act Now Trooper page. Make sure you guys give us a comment, give us a like, and make sure to share this video, because why, this video may not just be beneficial for you but also for all of your other friends as well, because today, as what the title has actually mentioned, we have a special edition of a YB Sehari as well. And not forgetting to make sure you guys download the Act Now mobile community app on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store for you guys to show more of concern to your citizens, to your community, for you guys to just be that a little bit more cooperative, lebih orang kata lebih hebat dari segi membantu rakan-rakan anda di dalam komuniti anda. Okay, it's free anyway, so do find us on the Apple App Store as well as the Google Play Store for the Act Now mobile community app. One person I know who always utilizes the Act Now mobile community app and always record whatever it is that's happening around his area, because his area sebenarnya banyak benda yang terjadi, senang dia nak record, is none other than Mr. Melvin Lam. Hey Melvin, what is up?
Yes, I live in a notorious area.
Very gangster one, that one in your area. So how have you been, Melvin? How was your weekend?
Weekend was great, as you know. Well, it just ended just now. We have a big event in Penang, and I hope everyone love it. We have hope everyone to invite us for more such events together, communities events. Looking forward to. And today, as we rush out, to continue with someone special, the first time ever that we invited these special persons to be in our show.
Exactly. As what our fellow viewers may already notice, for all this while when we do YB Sehari, we always invite political presence, or should I say that people who are in the political world, who wants to be the next MB, who wants to be the next Adun. But this time around, we have a bit of a difference in which that we have somebody who is actually working for the people, for her community, and she's going to be sharing with us her thoughts about what she could address, what needs to be done within her own area, what are the things that needs to be highlighted. Ladies and gents, put your hands together, tepuk tangan sikit for our guest for today. That is Puan Sangeetha. Good afternoon, Puan Sangeetha. How are you?
Good afternoon. I'm great. How are you both doing?
We are fine. We are great. As you can see, Melvin and I both, we want to speak at the same time because we're excited because you have you on the show today to talk about, what it is that has been going on within your area and what are the things that you want to do for that. But before we go any further, Puan Sangeetha, please allow yourself to actually give us a bit of an introduction of who you are, where you're from, your favorite makanan. Contohnya, I'm kidding. Kita nak cerita pasal community sekarang. Tell us about yourself, please, Puan Sangeetha.
Okay, hi. Good afternoon to everyone. Okay, I'm Sangeetha. I'm from Kajang. I'm actually a local councillor attached with MPKJ. Yeah, favorite makanan tu banyak tu. I'm a foodie actually, where I love
Kajang,
food.
sate kajang.
Oh, I've tried actually all because I'm a foodie, like what I said.
Somebody that definitely I need to lepak with Puan Sangeetha after Raya. We want to hit all the awesome spot in Kajang as well as in Bangi as well. Puan Sangeetha, you have mentioned that your position is actually Ahli Majlis MPKJ Zone 7 Country Heights. That's a bit of a mouthful, but tell us again, what does this role, entail, and what are your responsibilities within this council, please?
Okay, MPKJ, actually we have 24 councillors attached with MPKJ. Okay, councillors are actually a political party elected reps, I would put it as. Okay, as for me, I've been elected by my party, the EP, and I have fellow 8 councillors from the AP as well. If you want to know what does a councillor do, it's actually basically orang tengah di antara public and MPKJ.
Okay,
It's
Melvin?
like a bridge. Like what at now is like a bridge between the committees and the majlis. That we highlight issues with to the brethren parties, hoping that it would get it solved or addressed.
Yes.
Yes.
Sort of.
Okay.
And we're also policy makers.
Oh, okay. Oh, great.
Nice. And if I may ask as well, Puan Sangeetha, how long have you been in this position as the Ahli Majlis Zone 7 Country Heights? Macam kalau name tag tu mesti panjang kan, nama dengan jawatan dengan?
Tak ada name tag, senang je dengan nama je. Okay.
Otherwise it'll be that 1 foot long.
Okay, I was chosen as a councillor. I took my oath and angkat sumpah on October 2020. I was based in Zone 24, which is Bandar Bukit Mahkota, for the first 3 months. And then after that, when they did the rezoning and all that, in January 2021, I was given the responsibility to head Zone 7, which is Country Heights.
The rich man's area.
Yeah, I would say rich men are also problematic area.
That is
more money.
Have you on board?
More money, more problems. Standard as what Jay-Z has mentioned all his life, But yeah, I mean, truth be told, because that's why that's why we are blessed, and we are we are totally blessed actually. Because we have Puan Sangeetha on board, because we really want to know. I mean, know what are the things that is happening on the ground of what the people are actually experiencing in regards of their pains and suffering. I tak tahulah orang Country Heights dia punya suffering macam mana. Mungkin tak cukup emas nak ditabur di jalan ke. I do not know. Again, I'm just putting words in people's mouth here. I'm sorry people Country Heights, minta maaf. But yeah, those are the kind of things that we want to hear from Puan Sangeetha. What are the as what Melvin has actually asked, the memorable cases. Mungkin you boleh ceritakan dengan kita, dengan penonton-penonton kita juga. What are the things that has caught your eye in regards of reports that have come in from the community members themselves about what is happening within their area? Please.
Okay, before I get into that, I would like to say Zone 7 is the biggest zone in MPKJ, where that means my jurisdiction, I will start from Sungai Ramal Luar, right up to Balakong, where I report, where I have 2 adons. One is Adon Sungai Ramal, YB Mazwan Johar, and another one is YB Adon Balakong, YB Wong Siu-Ki. And I have 1 MP, is YB Dr. Ong Kian Ming, our MP for Bangi. So as you know, it's a bigger zone. So bigger zone tu, tahulah masalah dia pun memang banyak lah, melambak. You name the problem, it's there.
How do you divide your time? You have 3 bosses. Literally, you have 3 bosses.
No, but to be very frank, my bosses are actually very lenient.
Mm.
You see, they give us, or I would say me, the freedom to work. That means I'm allowed to make my own decisions. I'm allowed to carry out my own programs. You see, I don't have to like constantly bug them and all that. But of course, every now and then, we have meetings. I report to them what is scheduled, what we have done, and all that. And certain things where I need their interference, they're always there to help us out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great.
All right, very interesting. So maybe I mean like the fact that you sengaja tak jawab soalan lagi sebab kita banyak masalah tu. So I cuba kecilkan sedikit soalan itu. I cuba orang kata more specific in the question as you mentioned. Kalau melibatkan your bosses, the MP ataupun dua duns tu, ada tak ketika ataupun situation where since you were in office that you had to ask their help, their assistance in helping or solving an issue? Puan Sangeetha.
Ada? Okay, recently yang Kampung Simpang Balak punya issue, the flooding. Okay, it was carried by major newspapers where the road of Jalan Dama, where from I would say Simpang Balak, you can connect it to Balakong and also Karumas, Impian Ihsan, that area. So apparently a lot of industrials, they have been using this road as their true road, heavy vehicles, heavy machineries, so which has actually contributed major contribution for the damage of the road, and it causes floods whenever it rains, and also the road condition is very bad. So apparently, like MPKJ has to enter that area, like practically like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, one just to do the repatching of potholes and all that. So when it became a bit too often lah, kalau nak suruh MPKJ masuk setiap 2-3 minggu, manalah dia orang larat kan, kesian dia orang pun. So then we studied and all that. Though I had to get the Adun Balakong, our YB Wong Suki's interference. So we had a press conference, we had discussions, and then we found a way, like actually basically how to widen up the road. We had to do a proper drainage system to avoid the flood and all that. So it's ongoing. The project will be completed somewhere in October this year.
Okay, yeah.
All right, nice.
I do
Melvin?
use the routes that you mentioned once in a while, like going to the mines. I stay in Cheras, and I go to the mines. I use that. It is a lot of heavy traffic, heavy vehicles. So it's a way to ask them to contribute to the funds, because it's probably when they built this road was not meant for them to have such a heavy usage, and it's unfair to residents surrounding it. Floods is something is very common nowadays, and it will cause a lot of miserable damages to our household and all these things. But if now we have a single identified, it's due to most likely to the heavy vehicles that pass by. Expanding the roads and the drainage is good, but in the long term, it might still occur.
No, actually, the solution that we actually are implementing it will last for, I think, easily about 20-30 years. Because what we have done is we have got a consultant. I mean, we engaged a private consultant to do the right studies, where they have actually identified utilities cabling under the road. You see, so now they have already shifted the utility cable so that where they can do a bigger drainage system and connect it to the nearby river, so there will be no what would you say, overspilling or melimpah keluar lah sungai tu. So there will be a proper drainage. So, and then they will be using a concrete base for the road. So I would say it will not occur thing, and I think MPKJ is actually forking out quite a bit for this whole project.
Yeah, it is going to be a very heavy investment, but okay, through our experience, it's good to have. But it's always the humans is also an issue. When they start dumping rubbish and all these things that clog the drains into the river, and floods comes back again, and they start pinpointing the Maraja is not doing well. Our councillor is not taking care of us. Our Adun is not taking care of us. It's always point fingers. So I always say humans is the biggest culprit.
Agreed. Very much agreed to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I believe the fact that there's a lot of construction, a lot of development happening because what the government, or at least from what I see from my own eyes, is that KL South has been the place to be. Everything is all happening in KL South. Anything within a 10 to 15-mile radius of KLIA has been nothing but all development. You tengok area Kota Sierra Mas naik, and then dekat area Bangi itself, all of the other places, not just for industrial, banyak kilang-kilang yang ada dekat Bangi, tapi banyak juga residential areas. You got your different sections and whatnot. And with more development, that means more people are coming in. And obviously for you, Puan Sangeetha, within your area, like you said, you dah lah area dah besar dah ada 2 zone dah. And you foresee this is definitely gonna be problems that could multiply itself down the line. So how are you managing all of the small issues that's happening right now? Because kenapa, why I ask this, is that small issues, if not being addressed properly, it could snowball into something bigger if it's not being corrected at a very early stage. Puan Sangeetha, have any comments on that?
Okay, like for now, if you ask me, small issues that where we can curb is rubbish dumping. Okay, because rubbish dumping, if you don't curb it now, okay, sooner or later they will start dumping into the rivers and all that, and that will be a major contribution to floods and erosions and all that. So where in my area, okay, I have taken this initiative. I get the MPKJ's landscape department. I work closely with them where I do tree planting at hotspots where we can identify rubbish dumping. So it's contributes to the nature where we go green, we plant more trees, and yes, it has proved a lot of difference. It has reduced. I have done it in I would say 3-4 places so far, and I have seen results, positive results.
And how has the perception, or should I say, how has the public embraced this project from you?
Oh, they're very happy actually, because you see what happens is usually this illegal dumping is done by foreigners, or also perkilangan. When they use the way they just dump and then they just go off, so they will not be caught red-handedly and all that. So the surrounding area, they're very happy, they're very pleased, and so henceforth I am using this as one of my methods in my area to curb rubbish dumping. We have also actually managed to catch. Yeah.
Sorry.
We have actually managed to catch a few lorries. In one area, yes. One of the factory nearby, they installed CCTV and they are actually monitoring it. They said that it's on their part, their goodwill to help us on our side.
All right. Kudos to this manufacturer, because we need not only the communities, we need also the private sector who can actually assist. Because now we're very concerned about the environment. We have sometimes in this particular taman, every week they report, because I say I'm not being discreet, but the foreigners keep dumping the rubbish on the main roads, and the next day we got it cleaned up. The third day they will still dump it back, and all these things. So it's caused a lot of frustrations, and they usually comes in after midnight to dump the rubbish.
It happens. I have a lot of cases, such cases in my zone, because I am not sure foreigners, maybe in their country, they don't actually give importance to cleanliness, or I would say awareness. So they don't only dump their domestic, but also they dump their household items, beds, mattresses, sofas, TVs, fridge, you name it, you get it there. Clothes, shoes. Instead of dumping there, if they're dumping in a recycle center, I think somebody would have benefited from all the dumpings lah.
Basically, yeah, basically we need to introduce to them Carousel. I don't think they've heard about Carousel as of yet. So maybe, they can make an extra buck by selling their stuff on Carousel. Jokes aside, it is actually a very concerning thing that is happening, not just in your area, Puan Sangeetha, but everywhere else. So it is actually our whole responsibility, not just the aduns, not just the MPs, but also the people themselves really need to remember at the end of the day, apa yang kita belajar kat sekolah, whatever that has been taught to us ever since we were in kindergarten, about menjaga kebersihan, very, very important. We are going to be taking a very, very short break, but after this, we're going to be asking Puan Sangeetha about the people of her area as well, about people of her jurisdiction, berapa ramai orang ke, maybe some percentage that she would like to share about the people. Mungkin banyak orang T30 ke, not even T20 around her area. We want to know all of that more, but we'll be taking a break for a while. Stay with us here on Hot Issue What's for Lunch. YB Sari, forgot about that. We'll be back. And we are back together with Melvin. Obviously, Melvin cannot leave me for sure, but we have a special guest together with us, Puan Sangeetha, who's here to talk about more of her role as a ahli majlis of Zon 7 Country Heights of FP. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, it's better now.
Tak, sebab suara I sebenarnya mahal, Puan Sangeetha. Susah nak jual suara I ni. It's very expensive. But exactly. So do not call me in the middle of the night. Kidding aside, we are happy to have Puan Sangeetha here to talk about her role as the Ahli Majlis for MPKJ, that is Majlis Perbandaran Kajang Zon 7 Country Heights, together for YB Sehari edition of Hot Issue What's for Lunch. So Puan Sangeetha, before we took a break just now, I did ask you about a bit of a demographic about the people in your area, as you mentioned off air, that it is actually a bit more than what people may think it was actually in regards of your area and PKJ. Share with us these bullet points and these facts that may be surprising to people. Silakan.
Okay, it's actually a myth where people believe Bangi consists of 90% Malay votes, and I would say it's wrong. Okay, approximately Bangi, we have about 50 to 60% of Malays, and the others comprises of Indians and Chinese. So if anyone comes and say Bangi is like 90% Malay vote, and all that, I would say no. Definitely no.
Okay. Sebab banyak orang tak tahu sebenarnya Bangi, when you talk about Bangi, it's not just BBB, it's not just Bandar Baru Bangi, isn't it? I mean, like, it's more than that, right?
True. Bangi itself, I would say it has Jalariko in, we have West Country. You see, we have so many places, like how in Selangor, we have different districts. You see, we have Hulu Langat, we have Hulu Selangor, we have Ampang and all that. So it's not only Bandar Baru Bangi.
I think because
so
of the name
Bangi, when you say Bangi, people's mind is okay, only Bandar Baru Bangi, where you have your night markets, your gateways and all that. No, it's not that. It's way bigger than that.
Marvin?
Yeah, let's say because of the name Bangi, the association is if not because of Puan Sangeetha, I was actually Bangi is very just Bandar Baru Bangi.
Yeah.
I would say half of the place in Balakong also comes under Bangi. If you
Oh,
guys
okay.
are aware, like Taman Impian Ihsan, Karumas, it comes under Bangi.
Okay.
Hmm.
So it is very, very, I mean, like you said, it's a myth to just assume that Bandar Baru Bangi may be a bit different of a story, but when you talk about Bangi itself, just the name Bangi without the Bandar Baru in front, no, it consists of, we Malaysians as a total, not just Malays, Chinese, and Indians and under it as well. And it's a bit of it's a proper mix, like what the whole nation is right now. So now I want to talk about the class of liver, because class of people living in your area, Puan Sangeetha, because as Manvin mentioned earlier in the show, I mean, joking aside, there are quite a number of lavish, or should I say rich people, or should I say blessed. Tak, rich lah. Blessed tu tak payah lah. Blessed tu macam bahasa skema. Rich people who are living in country heights, and these people are living the life over there. Ada banyak tanah, ada 2 3 10,000 square feet, 50,000 square feet, rumah besar-besar semua. Do they how do they act differently in regards to community wise, berbeza dengan orang-orang yang lain, if you understand what I mean? So macam orang marhain macam I ni, I tak minta banyak tau sebenarnya, tapi kalau orang kaya tu dia orang demanding tak sebenarnya, Puan Sangeetha?
The truth, of course, money speaks.
Okay,
I would
share
say
with us, tell us the
I would
tidbits.
say it
Don't
is
don't don't
so
don't
much-
keep it with you.
It's so much easier to handle middle class people.
Okay.
Very much easy. For instance, like I think Melvin is aware, it's just 2 batang pokok. Okay, it's just 2 batang pokok dekat country heights, and that has caused a big chaotic issue sampai melibatkan polis, melibatkan MPKJ,
And the whole panels of lawyers.
panels of lawyers, we had an emergency meeting at MPKJ with all the relevant departments.
Sorry,
Serious,
before anything, I would like to ask, I mean, like, apakah kesalahan yang dilakukan oleh pokok-pokok ini sehingga mereka perlukan lawyer dan peguam untuk membela nasib mereka? Puan Sangeetha, tolong berikan highlight kepada saya sebab saya tak faham.
You highlight pasal lawyer je, you tak tengok scene hari tu.
Share with us, tell us.
Oh, no, I wish I had the video actually to play for you all. It's actually basically 2 trees in front of house A. Okay, house A wants the tree to be chopped off, which I think legally it sounds a bit, I mean, it sounds right lah. Okay, sebab pokok dekat dia punya kawasan, and the pokok is tall and it's rotten. To say it's a dead tree lah, pokok dah mati. Rumah depan dia pula tak nak bagi dia potong dulu. Tak nak bagi dia potong 2 batang pokok tu. Why? On the pretext he said he's a nature lover. So it sounds more like, ego issues there and all that. It became a bit too overboard where they couldn't handle. And this issue has been going on since 2020, even before I entered into Country Heights.
Wow.
So
When we just started at now.
it was going and I wasn't aware because they didn't come to me. Finally, when it came to me, then I decided to go and see house A and house B together. But of course, things couldn't be done amicably, where house A actually engaged the private contractor to chop down the trees. And house B refused to let, so they had to call the police to come in and, interfere and all that. So then we decided, okay, to call off the operation first until I had to fix an emergency meeting, where house B came with a panel of lawyers, with videos and all that. So it was quite interesting.
It'll be a drama minggu ini.
Okay.
You guys
Yeah,
should start
all right.
soon actually.
After all of that debacle, has the issue been settled yet, or has it not?
You can say it's settled.
Yeah,
It's
okay, yes.
settled amicably. They
MPKJ
shake
has
hands.
decided is,
Yeah, as today is the right,
and
it's
finally
good
they've
thing that
agreed
neighbors.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. I mean, it's good. It's good that at least the problem is resolved after 2 years. OMG disebabkan oleh 2 batang pokok yang dah mati. Sangat-sangat menarik masalah orang kaya yang ada di Malaysia ni. Itu okay. Joking aside, actually, because why I'm actually interested in knowing about all of this is actually, Puan Sangeetha, is that some of the community issues that is bothering the masses of Malaysia, like your commoner folks such as myself, such as my neighbors, we complain about maybe masalah pemotongan air. Kadang-kadang kita complain about yalah jalan tak ditorap dengan baik. So living being in a posh area such as yourself, what are the kind of issues that is being brought up apart from the 2 trees yang nak kena potong, tak boleh nak potong, and all this fiasco? Banyak lagi ke isu-isu community yang berlainan compared to the masses of other Malaysians are going through, Puan Sangeetha?
Banyak. Like what you highlighted just now, potholes, not tak diturap. We have drains collapsed, not done. Especially in JMB areas where low-cost flats, when you have JMB, MPKJ, we can't step in. Okay, so they have to refer to KPKT. You see, your perumahan, to get it done. So where you have, playgrounds not maintained and all that. We have a lot of problems. It's just that how we handle things, whether we take it to our head, then, we get like kecaman from public. It's just that how we handle them. What I say, it's easier to handle lay people. Middle class is like, you talk to them nicely, you get them to understand, it's done. But as long the work is done lah, jangan you cakap, lepas tu kerja not done, then we are in for trouble.
Of course. Melvin?
Okay, something that have of interest to me, because we receive a lot of such reports, is neighborhood so-called issues that cause dispute. For example, there's 2 things that close to my mind is the car park issue, especially in those terrace houses. So each one claims that outside the public road, they will put the cone, whatever. Oh, this is my parking, not the one those in their own compound. They say no one else can park there. They disallow others or the neighbor to park there. So we have received. I mean, even in the video going viral, that's was it sometime last year we played. This Chinese man, I mean, he's in the senior, was cursed and swear the neighbors, the lady, and using the parang, is want to chop her down, whatever it is. And how do we solve such issues?
That kind of issues, actually what we can do as a councillor is you can go into the area, if it's your area, we can actually amicably try to talk things out with both the parties. If let's say you can't solve it, okay, let's say memang some of the residents are keras kepala, they don't like actually bow down to you or listen to you, or they say, why should I listen to you, who are you, and all that thing. Get the local authorities to step in. Where else, for example, you can take photos of the cone and all that. You can always make a complaint to your nearer PBT. If let's say you're from Ampang, you can make a complaint to MPKJ. Even Kajang area, you can make a complaint to MPKJ. Penguatkuasa is always willing to come, they're willing to see the place. If it's obstructions, if you're causing obstruction to your neighbor, disharmony and all that, they can always take action. They will always give a notice, for pengalihan. If you can't comply to that, then further actions will be taken.
Yeah, that's a lot to do with commercial area in the Taman. But between the residents, let's say the houses.
No, you can.
You can do that, because we do have such issues highlighted to us. And then it's, I say, you should have solved it amicably, because all neighborhoods, in the same neighborhood, you see each other day and night. But some are very stubborn. Okay, this is, even though it's a public road, but I want this car park, no one can enter it.
No, you can. You can always get the local authorities. I mean, the local PBTs lah, your nearest Majlis Perpandaran, to step in.
Another one I like to bring up is, it's in the resident area, we have the common taman, like gardens, taman, and also a lot will do gathering opposite their houses, and they will barricade, they'll fence up. Okay, this is my area, you can't even enter it. And this and that this so-called playground is for public, but they would wants to get hold of this piece of land and as if they are theirs. So can so-called Majlis come in to help?
Okay, because if to say all playgrounds are actually maintained and taken care by Majlis, if it's handed over to the respective Majlis, lah.
Yeah.
I say each housing area has to be handed over to
Yeah.
the respective Majlis for Majlis to step in. So once the taman is handed over, that means the whole taman becomes Majlis baby. So that Majlis over there, they will have to step in. That means, let's say, even for maintenance, for grass cutting, or now Selangor, we are using KDB contractors for rubbish collections.
KDB is good.
Okay, so
They're very
all that
efficient.
in certain places.
That's always the disclaimer there. There you go.
So yeah,
Alright, this is coming directly from the Ahli Majlis, okay guys. Siapa-siapa yang heading that enterprise, that establishment, please tolong orang Majlis dah sound you all certain places only. Puan Sangeetha, seriously, if we have people who are from your area, Country Heights area ke, ataupun in the greater Bangi Kajang area ke, who's actually watching us right now, who actually do want to communicate with your office and wanting to lodge a complaint or give suggestions or whatnot, how can they get in touch with you, even if they know this already? Maybe give that a shout out. Where can they actually find you guys?
Okay, they can actually go to MPKJ website. Okay, www.mpkj.gov.my. Okay, we have the list of councillors and also the areas that each councillors actually cover. Okay, and they can go into our profile and they can get our contact number. But if let's say, if I'm not a councillor for one particular area, but then they want to highlight the matter to me, yes, they can always do so. If I can assist them, I will. If not, I will pass it to the councillor in charge of the area.
Okay.
Okay.
And
what about your Melvin? What about your social media? I mean, like, do the council utilizes social media as well as part of your way to get closer to the public? Hello?
Melvin.
Yeah, you
Oh.
lost it?
Puan Sangeetha, can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
No, I was asking, what about social medias? I mean, like, does the council utilizes your the council social media as well, to get themselves closer to the public as well?
I have my own FB page
Oh,
where
right.
it's public accessible. Lah.
Mhm.
Public
Okay, so where can they find
access
you?
to it, they can like it. Wait, let me just get my page. Saya pun memang tak masuk.
Nampak sangat busy sangat. Dia tak main Facebook sangat tau, Melvin.
No,
Nampak dia busy sebenarnya.
I have a secretary actually who actually helps
Okay.
me.
Kita tak ada
organize
secretary. Melvin dengan I. Melvin ada secretary, I tak ada. So I cannot.
I A to Z.
Okay, they can always check my FB page, MPP Zone 7, Country Heights, Puan Sangeetha.
Okay. So for you guys
I
to
don't
know
if
more
it's
about no, never mind. But we'll put it in our description later on in the video. So
Yeah.
should you guys want to know more about this, we will put Puan Sangeetha's details in the video. Melvin, last question before my last question to Puan Sangeetha.
All right. I want something very general because I appreciate like MPKJ, they have actually zones for their 24 councillor, right? But I do find a fair bit of Majlis. They have equally or more or less councillor, but they do not zone them. And then also some of this website of theirs, they do not even have a contact number to reach them. So my question is it practice also that some Majlis do not zone their councillors? For example, I can say that Pulau Penang, MBPP and MPSP. They have 24 zones, 24 councillors on each Majlis, but there's no zoning. Even the Penang folks tell me that it's voice up to the ask us now to voice up to the mayor. They should actually zone their councillors, so each one have their own responsibility.
Oh, to be frank, actually, I'm not first time hearing that councillors are not being zoned. because
Yes.
actually, to my knowledge, each majlis, we don't only have 24. Each majlis, they have different number of councillors. It depends on the size of the area, you see. Like you see, Kajang is big, and we cover right up to Balakong. Semenyih also comes under MPKJ. So we have 24, we have zoning. But I think most of the majlis in Selangor have zoning. And
Yes.
I'm not sure about Penang, so I'm afraid to comment. I don't want to comment about majlis in Penang because I'm not sure
Understand.
about that. But I would say if you go into their websites, possibly you can get their contact. I mean, in Selangor, yeah, you go into their what do you call that, respective websites, you can get like
Yeah.
MPKJ memang
Because
ada lah. You
yeah.
tekan muka
Because
saya
like in
memang keluar lah.
yeah. If for Penang, for purpose, the ex-councillor of the island asked me to talk to her former ex-boss, that
Wow.
they zone.
Okay.
Okay. Dia lain distrik ataupun lain negeri,
Yeah, I
lain
think different state.
adanya. So
Yeah.
it's actually up to their own, because I know for a fact that also for Negeri Selangor itself, they have been quite forward in regards of sharing their personal numbers and emails for people to actually contact them. But granted lah, diorang mungkin ada 3, 4, 5 telefon lah kan. But at least they're giving out a phone number for you, you know, as a public to actually, you know, able to reach them. And they do, I wouldn't say promptly, but they do get back to you, you know, when they actually could, to address whatever issues that you may have. Last words from you, Puan Sangeetha. Given the chance that within your area, what are the things that you want to say to your people? Your people macam you YDP sebenarnya dah lah kan. For Puan Sangeetha, you know, to address your people, kalau diorang ada masalah, mungkin masalah pokok lagi ke apa ke, share with us, you know, tell your constituents what are the things that you want to say to them. Silakan.
No, first of all, I would like to thank them for supporting me and understanding me, because I will not be available, like, you know, most of the time, you see, because my zone is big. So I will do what I can do. And if, let's say, you call me, I don't answer, please drop me a WhatsApp. I will try to get back to you all as soon as possible. Like my number, my personal number and my work number is the same. I don't carry 2 phones. So personal and also public is the same number. So feel free to call me if you have any issues.
Otherwise, report to Ed now. We will get in touch with Puan Sangeetha under the area.
Exactly. That's the way we go. Yeah. Sorry, Puan Sangeetha. Melvin always likes to, you know, tap into, you know, Act Now on what we do. But well, you can't, but you can't fault that what Act Now is doing right now is actually a very good thing. And I believe that thank you so much for your support as well, Puan Sangeetha, from your end, from MPKJ as well. You know, making Act Now, you know, one of your partners in regards to reporting and making sure that our community is in the best, you know, situation that it is in. Puan Sangeetha, thank you so much for coming on to the show. Really pleasant time with you here, and hopefully we're able to actually, you know, see you up front Lepas Raya lah for that food hunting thing. I'm holding on to that, Puan Sangeetha. I will definitely be calling you for that. Thank you so much. You have a good day,
Thank you
Puan
so much.
Sangeetha. Cheers.
We'll meet
Thank
up soon.
you.
We'll meet up soon for meal.
Alright, that was Puan Sangeetha, the ahli majlis ataupun council member of MPKJ Zone 7 Country High. So a really pleasant time with her. A lot of things that we've learned about her role, Melvin, in what she does.
Yes, it's an eye opener. As we know a bit now, what is their responsibility, and of course, as even managing a zone itself is a full-time job, and it will there's no day and night. If it's needed, she or he will be to attend the issues.
Dia kira dia dah macam superhero, macam Wonder Woman dah sebenarnya. Bila anda perlukan dia, dia akan muncul begitu saja. Tapi janganlah call dia pukul 3, 4 pagi. Kesian dia. Dia pun nak tidur juga. Okay? We are all humans anyway at the end of the day, folks. Alright, that's it for this episode. Really, thank you so much, guys, for keep supporting us. Thank you so much. But we'll be back. Definitely, Melvin and I will be back on a Wednesday for another hot issue. Hopefully time tu sebab dah dekat dengan raya dah, I tak minum lah waktu ni. Alright, so Melvin, say bye-bye.
Bye. See you
Bye
on
guys,
Wednesday.
take care. Ciao.
Ciao.